I'm going to show you a series of exercises that you can do to help improve your posture every day using the foam roller. Now these exercises are simple enough that anyone can do them, but you want to make sure that you're not doing them into any pain or discomfort, but you are getting a nice stretch. And the posture that we're trying to correct here is really that forward posture that we get from sitting for long periods, like long periods of driving, sitting at a computer, watching TV. It's that sitting posture where we get the upper back rounded forward, which creates tension in the shoulders and the chest, and a lot of tension in the neck as well. That can cause headaches as well. So these are something that we want to make sure that we tackle so that we can improve that mid-back extension so that our head sits in a position where there isn't that much strain, which can help alleviate any discomfort or headaches as well. So for the first exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to place the foam roller roughly at near the top of the mat, so that when I lie on my back, that's going to be at my upper back. So what I'm going to do here is support my head and neck with my hand, and I'm just going to slowly extend my head and neck down towards the ground, causing that extension of my mid-back. Now when I've completed the segment, I'll use my elbows to roll the foam roller up a little bit higher so that I can repeat the same movement at a higher segment of the spine. Again, there should be no discomfort or real pain with this one. It's just really reversing that flex forward position by a nice extension position. Now, once I've reached the top of this motion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my hips off the ground, and I'm going to massage through the spine as well. So I'm going to massage right up until I reach the part where my lower back starts, and then back up. And I'm going to go right up to the point just before my neck starts. And I'll massage through this a couple times, just to make sure that I'm getting the muscles of my upper back and the spine rolled out. Now if I want to create more extension, what I'm going to do is angle slightly downwards towards the ground as I roll or massage through. So I'm going to bring my head closer and closer to the ground and then come back. That will again help further promote that extension position. Good. So for the next exercise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the foam roller and spin it the other way. What I want to be able to do here is have my bum supported on the mat, on the foam roller I should say, and my head supported on the foam roller. If you have a hard time with balance on the foam roller in this position, you can start with your feet nice and further apart, which will help support you. But when you do feel more comfortable and you do want to challenge your stability in your core a little bit more, you can work on bringing your feet a little bit closer and closer together. So in this position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my chest by resting my arms down on the ground, and I'm going to slowly slide my arms up until the point where my hands are touching over my head. I want to be in a nice relaxed position here and simply go as far as I can. Now, if you're really stiff, you might find that it's difficult to get all the way to the top without letting your elbows or arms come up off the ground. So you want to really just do what you can at first and gradually increase that stretch and that mobility in your shoulders and your upper back. You also want to make sure with this exercise that you're not arching the low back at the top. If you feel like you have to arch up, there's a lot of tension in there. So you want to really make sure that your core stays engaged and you keep everything nice and flat and all the points of contact remain on the foam roller as we work through that position. So don't sacrifice your spine's position just to allow your arms to go up any higher. Good. And for the next exercise I'll show you, you're going to lie on your side and you're going to rest your top leg on the foam roller. So I'm going to bring my knee up to roughly 90 degrees, maybe slightly higher. And I'll rest that leg on top of the foam roller. And I'm going to take my top arm and reach forward as far as I can. This will give me a nice stretch in the shoulder as well as my back. And what I'm going to look to do here is draw a big circle around my head, keeping my fingertips in contact with the ground, and then flipping over to stretch the other direction as well. My goal here is to have both shoulder blades down on the ground in that end range position. And then I'll come back the same way I went out. I'll repeat this a few times. If you find that you have a bit of hard time getting into that end range position, just go as far as you can and then start taking a couple of nice deep breaths. As you exhale, just let everything relax so that you can slowly bring your shoulders down towards the ground.
Usually after a few, you find that you can get a little bit further. And of course, with practicing this daily, you'll be able to get there at some point. Reach through it and make sure the circle that you're drawing is as big as possible. That'll mean that my shoulder will have to stretch forward to make that nice big stretch. And of course, you're going to want to do this on both sides. So these are, a few simple exercises that you can do to help improve your posture. All you need is, simple tools, a foam roller. You can get them in many sports stores. You can get them online. I'll leave a link in the description so that you can see where you can get that through an Amazon link as well. And just easy enough to get that. You want to get a nice long foam roller. They do have short ones, but for these exercises, it's much easier to have the nice long one as well, especially for the ones where you're going to lie on your back and you want your whole back supported by that. Often, the darker the color of the foam roller, the more dense it is, so it becomes a bit of a preference to what you feel is comfortable. But if you go too light, you might not find that it's supporting your body weight on it for some of these exercises as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you do have any questions about the exercises that you saw today, or you do have any recommendations for other exercises or videos you'd like to see in the future, please feel free to leave a comment below. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.